Hey, you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Barbara Gordon. And the reason why I want to talk about Barbara Gordon is because I'm seeing arguments about Starfire and Barbara Gordon online. And one person was saying they brought up the whole thing about like the night before Dick Grayson was supposed to get married because the Bat Writers are jackasses. They decided to retcon it where, oh, Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson goes to visit Barbara Gordon at the time. He was there to invite her to the wedding, but before he did that, Barbara Gordon and him slept together. And then after they slept together, he invited her to his wedding to Starfire. That doesn't make any logical sense. The Bat writers were mad because Dick Grayson was maturing, he was growing, he wasn't tied down to the Bat family. And see, that's another problem why comic books fail is that when characters are able to move on or be more than what they were from the background or whatever, y'all won't even allow that. The fact that Dick Grayson and Starfire was having a relationship, that everybody was enjoying it, and then the Bat writers were like, no, we need to figure out a way to bring Dick Grayson back to the Bat family fold or whatever and stuff like that. But no, why? You didn't really care for him in the first place. You can still have him part of the Bat family, but he's also tied to the Titans now. He's also tied to Starfire now. He's also tied to being an adult character. And on top of that, no offense, I don't care what nobody say. Going back to your just because Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson love each other doesn't mean that they need to keep going back to each other. You get what I'm saying? And I know some people were like, well, Starfire and Dick Grayson keep going back. Yeah, because the writers after George Perez and them left the new Titans run, they've been conditioned to not like Dick Grayson and Starfire together. But the problem is every media appearance of Starfire, she is tied to Dick Grayson, whether he's Robin or Nightwing. That's all. That's always been a thing. I don't know why people all of a sudden just get surprised and shocked when they do merchandise, when they do shows, movies, or whatever. They are tied together to either forming a relationship or they're in a relationship. People like Nightwing and Starfire together. It matters not how you feel. It's the same thing with the editors with, oh, we don't want Spider-Man and Mary Jane Watson together because it is stupid. It doesn't matter what the fuck you want. It's about the audience, and if the audience like Nightwing and Starfire together, let them be together. It's time for them to be together. The reason why I don't want him with Barbara Gordon, because first off, Barbara Gordon, and this is another thing too, because everybody was like, y'all always trying to blame Barbara Gordon. Nobody's blaming Barbara Gordon for a lot of stuff. But the problem is Barbara Gordon is the Oracle at the time. Barbara Gordon, Barbara Gordon knew what the hell was going on with everything. She knew Dick Grayson was with Starfire, regardless of that situation. It does not matter at all. She knew they were together. So for her to allow him to come here and then sleep with his ass and then get confused that he gave you a wedding invitation is crazy work. I don't think that's right. Y'all, that's another thing. Y'all never want the woman to take responsibility for some of the stuff she do. Dick Grayson is wrong. Dick Grayson should not have went to Barbara Gordon the night before his wedding and slept with her. That is true. But also Barbara Gordon should have never accepted sleeping with him neither. You knew that man was with Starfire. It doesn't matter. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh, well, it's the man's fault, blase, blase. But it's also her fault too. Because if the roles were reversed, you would be mad if Dick Grayson had went to Starfire and Starfire and him had slept together and he didn't tell you. You get what I'm saying? So, but y'all wouldn't be putting the blame on Nightwing. Y'all be saying Starfire is a whore. So you can't have it both ways. But another problem too, the reason why Barbara Gordon does will never work for me with Dick Grayson is the fact that she's been passed around in the Bat family. She's had a fling with Jason. In alternate reality, she had a fling with Tim Drake. Alternate realities, Bruce Wayne. In the main continuity, she's literally had a fling with Jason, Dick Grayson, what? What's his name? Luke Fox. Like at this point, that's three Bat family members already. You've been passed around like a damn like underwear. That's a problem. To me, that is definitely a problem. And I think she also had a little fling with David Zimbabwe, the original Batwing. So again, what are we doing here? Why are we still keep having Barbara Gordon tied to the Bat family? I'm not again. Both Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon were wrong. But let's be honest, the editors did that to make them both look bad. But the problem is, it makes Barbara Gordon looks worse because she's a hyper intelligent person who studies and focuses on people and knows a lot of stuff. Before you come to her, she already can predict what the hell. Like that's why she's an informational booker. And even before she became Oracle, she was very highly intelligent. And yet you let her get emotional stupid when it comes to Nightwing and stuff like that. And there are times where you know she is in a relationship with Dick Grayson, and then he goes over to Starfire and fuck her, and then they still together. That doesn't make any sense. That shows how dumb she is. Because again, Nightwing is wrong anyway, and we already know that. But Barbara Gordon should be better because she's supposed to be intelligent, because she's supposed to be hyper intelligent, she's supposed to be hyper focused, because she's a informational booker, because she can read people and study the people around her. She should know that. She should know better. Like even when like think about it, Titans Academy, Nightwing and Starfire were literally sleeping together in the Titans book. But in his solo run, he's with Barbara Gordon. And remember, the Titans book and Nightwing book were still canon to each other. So how the fuck that work? So we're just gonna forget that Nightwing was literally sleeping with Starfire a couple of months ago in the Titans Academy book, and even in the what the future state thing, Starfire and Dick Grayson was still sleeping together while he was still with Barbara Gordon. So again, Barbara Gordon is supposed to be intelligent, right? But yet she keeps falling for the same bullshit with Dick Grayson. But my thing is, it is time to let this shit go. Nightwing works with Starfire way more. Nightwing was able to mature because of Starfire. It makes sense that he would fall more in love with her. And it's not just because she's a beautiful character. Starfire and Nightwing helped each other grow. You have media outside of comic books that show them together too often. So why not have them get married and let them have Nightstar? People want Nightstar anyway. Let them be together. Let them be a couple. We literally just had two alternate reality stories featuring Nightwing. Guess who he was with? Starfire. So clearly there's something here, writers. But this notion of, oh, y'all always want to put the blame on Barbara Gordon. Well, technically it kind of is her fault. Because if I know, like if we're gonna use me as an example, if I know the girl that I love, even my first love, and we broke up or whatever, and I know that she's moved on with this other guy, they're kind of in the public. And so I see them together a lot, often in public or whatever, stuff like that. Then they're engaged to get married. Then the night before, or he comes over, or I mean, or she comes over randomly, and she wants to talk. Okay, we can talk, but when she started trying to, nah, girl, go on somewhere, go on somewhere, because I'm not messing with you. You are engaged to be married to oh boy. You're not about to come over here and talk about feelings and all that kind of stuff or whatever, or one last kiss or whatever. Because see, my emotional maturity would have already been right there. Because I'm like, nah, I know what the hell this shit is. I'm not about to do this vulnerable thing. I'm not about to sleep with you one last time to see if anything is there. No, just because you're getting cold feet, you figure that shit out. You're not about to put that on me. We broke up a long time ago. We broke up a long time ago. So no, absolutely not. And they've been doing this shit just so they can ruin Starfire and Dick Grayson's relationship to make it look better. It's the same thing with Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson, so they can make whatever other relationship that they want Peter to be in look better than him with Mary Jane Watson. It's a trap that a lot of y'all ain't are falling for without understanding it makes Barbara Gordon looks bad. It does make her look bad. And again, I'm not saying that she's not at fault, because she is at fault. But also Dick Grayson is also at fault. But she should have known. You is not letting you will should not be letting a person, your a partner, an ex partner that you had, where y'all done did the devil's tango, and then they come over the night before they get married, and then you sleep with the person. No, that's on you, baby, because you should have kicked his ass up out of there. Ain't no way in the world. I don't care how charming it is. I don't care how good the game was, not doing it. But yeah, those are my thoughts. So much guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, everybody.